So, working with Home Assistant, I see that this option is not the best of options. All these right here. It doesn't work all the time. And the key is to find something that works all the time. So, if you look here at my guest bathroom, I have it set to where if the temperature humidity is set to change at any state, whether it's unknown, unavailable, or any number that changes. It will trigger the humidity trigger ID down to here, where it will turn on the fan if triggered by humidity, and if it says 80% or above. And then we have down here where it's 1 through 79, which will turn off the bathroom switch. Now, also, I want to add in a point where that's when you're taking a shower, but when you're taking care of what humans have to do at least once a day, or you should be doing it once a day, you may want to add in because sometimes you want to turn the fan on to keep the air clear, so that you are not having to worry about it. So I want to add another one here that if it changes and the timer is still running. So let me just show you all this real quick. So I want to put timer guest bathroom fan. There we go. And if it's idle, okay, then it will turn it off. So this is whenever the humidity changes in the bathroom. Now I'm going to show you why I put that in a minute. So in my bathroom, I have a switch that, let's say I hop on the toilet and I take care of business. I want to turn the fan on, and I have a switch right next to the toilet. When I double click on it, it will turn the fan on. Now it's not humid in there at that time because I'm not showering or anything like that. So, but I want that fan to stay on for at least 30 minutes, and then it will shut itself off. So, when the timer goes to idle, it will turn the bathroom switch off. But I don't have where it turns on because I want a manual switch. It's a button. It's a Zigbee button that will turn the fan on whenever I'm using it. And also there's a switch on the wall, so I can also turn it on the wall as well while I'm walking out the bathroom if I forgot to do that. Now I can imagine if you use particles per minute detectors with some testing and some other things, that you could probably have it where it automatically detects certain particles per minute of particles in the air that will be can be considered a smell of some sort. Then of course you can probably do that, but I don't have that. So I'm going to run with a 30-minute timer, which triggers on this right here. When timer gets bathroom fan changes to idle, it will automatically turn off the fan. Now, if it gets humid in the bathroom, okay, if it gets humid, if it's above 80 degrees, so I have a humidity sensor, which is a third third reality humidity sensor. If it goes above 80, it will turn on the fan and start the timer. So it will stay on for 30 minutes. The reason why it will stay on for 30 minutes, because even if it goes below 79% humidity, if the fan timer is in idle, it will turn off. If it's in idle, it will turn off the fan. But if it's active, it would ignore this. Okay. And so that's the reason why. Now, so this is something to look at. In fact, this right here is not really needed. The more I think about it, but it doesn't hurt, having that in there. Even though this right here kind of, there's no reason to have that there. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And so I'm going to, now I did this test in the guest bathroom and it works just fine. So now I'm ready to work on, let me say what I did so far. So I'm doing this in real time here. Okay, I'm going to do this in the master bathroom the exact same way. So I'm going to go through and delete all of these items. The ones that are set to, if the humidity goes to 70%, I mean, that really does not work. It did not work. Um, and at the time, I thought it would, but now I found a better way. So let me just go ahead and take care of these. All right. So let me see if there's any others. If the fan switch is turned on, turned off, if the timer goes to idle, perfect. So I'm going to add another one, entity, state. I'm going to select, I'm going to start typing in humidity, bathroom, guest, or master, because I have a system in there as well. I'm going to set this to any state. Okay. Now keep this in mind. It's going to fire off this command anytime the number changes in the bathroom. Okay. Now let's look at this. If the fan is on, it will. If the fan switch turns on, it will start the multiple timers I have in there. Don't pay attention to this, but it also starts the bathroom fan timer automatically. And when the fan turns off, if I turn the switch off, it will cancel the timer to the timer master bathroom fan. Okay, so it cancels that timer to ensure that the timer doesn't continue, and it will reset itself. Now, if the timer went to idle for fan off, it will turn off the fan switch. What I'm going to do here is change this mode to single. I already did that because I don't want any of these commands to repeat itself through multiple times. So putting that single, it's only going to run this sequence once. And so when it runs this, it's in the sequence still. And so it won't trigger something else like this, which will trigger this again, and then this, and it'll have like a loop. I think there is a limit. I think a Home Assistant thought about that. And I believe there is a limit to how many loops that can happen in that fashion to protect it from having this unlimited looping. But just to make sure, I'm gonna set it to single so that does not happen. Humidity, this is the part I'm going to adjust. These are the triggers that I just deleted, right? So it deleted them all because I took it off, right? So I'm going to, oh, I forgot to do something up here. I forgot to edit ID. I'm going to put on humidity in my trigger. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and save it so that in case, something happens, I'm going to select humidity down here for the trigger, turn master bathroom fan switch on, and start the timer. Down here, I'm going to duplicate this. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. I thought I clicked duplicate. Okay. Well, there it is there. All right. So duplicate. Still going to have oh, I duplicated the wrong one. Okay. So let me delete that one. So I'm still going to duplicate this one. I'm also going to add the state of the timer because I don't want, if I turn it on because I just used the facilities, right? I don't want that turning off on its own. So I'm going to tell it to only perform this function if it's in idle. Now I'm going to change this bathroom switch. I'm going to use YAML for this real quick. Just put off. If you need to add this and you don't want to use YAML, you just have to simply add switch, switch turn off, and then search for your switch. master bathroom fan switch. There it is. So you can do it that way too. But it was quicker for me to just duplicate the previous one. Also, I want to rename humid fan on. This one is humid fan off. This is just for me to be able to identify this later, because when you have it all shrunk up like this, you can know exactly where to go. If something didn't quite work the way you want, I can just go right to it. Of course, I'm going to not have this running, and that is, oh, I mean, this one right here, the timer. Turn that off. So this right here will run if it triggers to turn it off. If the number is already below 79, let's say it's 60% humidity and it goes down to like 55, it will still fire off this particular migration, integration, this automation here, I mean, but it's already turned off, so no biggie. It'll just send a command to turn it off. If I happen to turn it on manually, and let's say, for instance, something happened in Home Assistant where maybe there was a power fluctuation or there was a disconnect between the button. The next time that button reconnects and the humidity changes in the bathroom, it will fire off this to turn it off. So it's kind of like having a backup plan too, because that switch will always turn off. Now, something else you can do is I have a vacation mode switch in here. So what I can do is set to where when on my vacation, this will not fire out at all. So if I do have a vacation one, not the guard, that's part of the, oh, this is an input boolean. Okay, this is it. Okay. If it's off, it will allow this to run. If it's on, it will it won't run this particular automation at all. And so now those are some great things. Now let me check something else out because I think I'm missing something here, and I don't want to run this too long. But I think I'm missing something here. Let me go to automations. Okay, I'm already here. Okay, bathroom. Let me go down here. Oh, let me add the vacation item. If I'm on vacation, the bathroom does not move at all. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. My bad. Okay. So, and also just take a look here. I have an input boolean where I don't want anything to change. Like I want complete manual operation. Every room has an automation offer for a room and also automation offer everywhere. So if I turn this input boolean on, nothing changes. Like there is no automations because I have these exceptions, these ifs set to on. So if it's on, it will stop because this has to be an option in order for this to work. If it's off, of course, it continues. There are situations where I want the lights to stay on, like if I'm cleaning. If all lights are cleaning is turned on, I want to turn on all the lights very bright. I do have a when the cleaning button turns on, it sets all the lights to bright white, and then it turns on the automation off everywhere. And then when I turn this off, it turns this off too, and then everything goes back to normal. But guard vacation, I don't want anything happening in the bathroom because I'm on vacation. My dog is either coming with us or we shelter our animals when we go on vacation. So yeah, blah blah blah. So let's go back to this. I want to check and make sure. Oh, right. I am missing something. Okay. Wow. Okay. So this one got doubled. So let's delete this and let's. Okay. I forgot the main thing. My goodness. Okay. Let's do this again. All right. So if entity state, that's the master bathroom humidity. Okay. Is actually I'm using the wrong one. So it's good that I'm doing this because I'm showing you guys little bits of mistakes that are easily made, which is very easy because you can also adjust it. So, okay, I'm missing something here. Oh, okay. So I want to use numerical state. Okay. When I get to the next one, I'll show you. When I go above a certain number, okay, this is the humidity on. Okay. So if it's above a certain number, let's humidity master. Okay. There it is. I love it now where you don't have to search exactly. You can just type in just a couple of words and it finds it for you. Boom, there it is. If it goes above 80, then it will turn on and start the timer. Excuse me. And now keep in mind, this will be happening every single time. Because let's say the number goes even higher. The fan just turned on, it goes from 90 to 92. This will keep repeating until it gets below. So I'm going to take, so I don't have to search for it. Oh, actually, I'm going to do it just for this. So what I did was I added a new condition, entity, numerical state. And I'm going to search for master temperature, bathroom, humidity. There we go. And then I'm going to do is above 1 in 79. All right, so there's that. So if it's above that and that, then it will go. So I'm going to push this right here because I want the trigger, then I want the reason, and I want the second reason. If timer fails or a timer goes to idle, it will boom. If the timer is at idle, it will trigger that. All right, so that's it right there for you. And so, in my opinion, this is a better way of handling this type of situation, and it works a lot better. I tested this already in the guest bathroom, and it works great. So, uh, it's good to see the little mistakes because if you run to the same thing, you know exactly where to look. It's not. This is not very complicated at all. As you can see, I have very similar things going on in both rooms. There's nothing much, no difference between the guest bathroom and the main bathroom that we have in our house. There's no difference whatsoever. But in cases where I have guests over, they may have different needs. I might have to come in here and make adjustments to adjust to their needs. I do have a guest Boolean switch that I can use, but it's on use right now. So little things like that you may have to adjust because not everybody's going to be working on the same plane. All right, well that's it for now. Like, subscribe. Peace out.